In the beginning of the story, we see a little Ben whose grandfather was telling him a story of a hidden treasure. Very few people knew about this treasure. Now, years later, when Ben had grown up, he decided to meet some other people and find that treasure. Ben had a little idea of where it could be from his grandfather's story. His grandfather had given him a note on which a name was written. He calculated that this name is of an old ship. One of his friends, Riley, helped him find out the location of the ship. When the people went out to find this ship, Ben calculated that the ship must have been hidden under the ice sheet. They digged for a long time and finally found the ship. Ben gave this news to everyone and thanked Ian, who was his companion and spent all the money in this search. Although people always called Ben and his family crazy because they were looking for a treasure that no one knew existed, anyway, now Ben entered the ship with his team. When they looked around, they found a room in which there were a lot of boxes of explosives. After a little more searching, Ben found a dead body holding a box. When he checked, there was a package in that box and there was a pipe inside it. Ben started thinking that what is so special about this pipe that someone gave his life for it? Then he saw that something was written on the pipe. He tried to understand what was written on it by using his blood. When he understood that writing, he understood that this is another clue. Ian doesn't like this at all. Even after spending so much money and digging, he just had a clue, which made Ian very angry, but Ben solved the riddle hidden in the clue. He told that it's about an invisible map, which is hidden behind America's most important document, Declaration of Independence. As soon as Ben said that it would be very difficult to reach this document and get it, Ian said directly that, "Let's steal it." With this, Ben clearly refused and said that, "I will not let this happen." Then Ian asked his man Shaw to point a gun at Ben, but Ian knew very well that if Ben would not be there, who would solve the rest of the riddles? So Ian threatened to kill Ben's friend Riley. Before things got worse, Ben set a flare stick on fire and said that if everyone is not quiet, he will throw it on the explosives. Everyone thought he was lying, but Ben threw that flare. But before he could fall on the explosives, Ian caught him. What Ian didn't realize was that there was a little gunpowder on his hand too. Suddenly, his hand caught fire, and then he let go, and the flare stick fell onto the gunpowder below. Because of the explosives, Ian and Shaw ran away before the ship exploded, and they left Ben and Riley inside. But at the right time, Ben found a secret door, with the help of which he and Riley escaped. The whole ship exploded, and Ian thought that Ben and Riley were dead. After returning to the city, Ben and Riley went to the FBI headquarters and gave them a tip that in a few days, a man is going to steal the Declaration of Independence, but no one believed them. Then they both went to the National Archives Museum, where the document was present. They tried to meet the director Abigail there, but when they told him the story and told him that there is a map hidden behind this document, Abigail did not believe them. He felt that all their stories were false. When they were leaving Abigail's office, they both saw that document and kept looking at it for a while. Suddenly, Ben said that we have to steal it so that it does not get into the hands of Ian. This time Riley said that it's impossible to steal it. Have you seen security here? After this, she took Ben to the library and told in detail that how secure this document is. But Ben said that we have to do something to remove this document from there and shift it to the preservation room. There is very little security there. Although Riley did not have much faith in this plan, but still he agreed to help Ben. Then they started making the plan properly. First of all, they need Abigail's fingerprints, and then they will have to steal the codes of the preservation room. For this, Ben sent Abigail a gift, which had a special chemical in it. Then when she presses the button to insert the code, her fingerprints will be left there. And in the beginning, this plan was working exactly as Ben wanted. But on the other hand, Ian was also preparing some of his men so that they could attack the museum on a dance party day. On the day of the party, when the document was shifted to the preservation room, Ben entered the building without any trouble in the guise of a staff. He changed his clothes again and met Abigail. Abigail was shocked to see him. Ben lied that he had stolen the code, who was given a big donation to the museum. And then he stole Abigail's champagne glass when he got a chance, on which his fingerprints were stuck. Meanwhile, Ian and his men also came to the museum. They entered the building through an underground tunnel. After a while, Ben reached the preservation room, but when Riley was keeping an eye on him with cameras, one of Ian's men blocked his access. Ben decided to take the document down through the lift along with the whole frame. As soon as he came out, Ian and his men saw him and they were shocked, because they thought Ben was dead. They shot him as soon as they saw him. But Ben moved the document of the Declaration of Independence forward. A bulletproof glass was attached to it, which saved Ben. Finally, somehow Ben got into the lift and took the document out of its protective cover. As soon as Ben started coming out, he tried to avoid Abigail's eyes. This confirmed that Ben's name was not on the guest list. After this, Ben hid in a store in the museum, but when he started leaving with the document, the cashier thought that he was trying to steal a copy of the document, which was on sale there in the exact same size. She told Ben that you will have to pay or else I'm calling security. Ben secretly paid with a card to escape from there because he didn't have much cash. When he was going out, Abigail saw him and started following him. As soon as Ben put that document in the back of Riley's van, Abigail asked him what he was doing. After this, seeing the document in Ben's hand, Abigail understood what he had done. Immediately, Abigail started shouting, after which Ben quietly returned the document to her. Despite this, when she started calling the nearby police, Ian saw her with the document and left his men behind her. Ben tried to save Abigail, but Ian's men caught him and took him away. Meanwhile, the museum guards found out that the document had been stolen. Immediately, the entire museum went into lockdown and the FBI was called. Ian told Abigail in the van to hand over the document to him, but Abigail flat out refused. Suddenly, something came in front of their van, so the driver had to be cut off. Everyone behind this shock fell, and Abigail took advantage of this opportunity and tried to escape. But she couldn't get out completely. She just hung from the door of the van. Riley and Ben followed them so that they could help Abigail. After a while, Ian was successful in taking the document from Abigail. Then Ben saw the opportunity and pulled Abigail into Riley's van, saving her life. They moved away from the main road, but when Ian stopped and opened the document, he realized it was fake. Ben fooled them and ran away. Abigail was very angry that Ben stole the document and now he's in the hands of a goon. But then Ben took out the real document and said that he had also bought a fake one, so that if there was any problem, the real one would be safe. Ben also said that I stole the document so that Ian wouldn't steal it, because he is eager to find the treasure. When Ben and Riley thought that they would find a clue by applying a chemical behind the document, Abigail refused. She said that this would be bad. Riley told him not to worry because he is not going to do anything that will spoil this document. But the stuff he had was at Ben's house, and Ben can't go there now because the FBI must have reached there looking for him. He didn't have cash, so he used his card in the museum, and now his location must be being tracked. As soon as the people stopped at the side of the van and started thinking, N said that there are some important things that will definitely help in finding the treasure, but they are all at my house. One of them was some letters written by a man named Franklin, which are related to that treasure. Ben remembered that his father had a copy of those letters, so he decided to go to them. Abigail tried to run away with that document, but Ben stopped her. After a little argument, she also agreed to go with them, because now she also wanted to see what treasure it was. Meanwhile, FBI agent Sadusky raided Ben's house. They found a lot of things about Ben there, including those letters about which Ben was talking. He also asked his people to find out about Ben's family. After a while, Ben reached his father Patrick's house. Patrick said that I have only one dream, that you have come to meet me, but not about the treasure. To which Ben said that yes, I have come to meet you. Dad and son will spend time together. It will be fun. Just give me those letters that you will have, then we will spend time. Patrick was very angry with this. He said that, do you learn from someone's mistake or not? I've spent my whole life looking for this treasure. Do you also want to ruin your life like this? He said that there is no such treasure. This is just the enemy of the country, to mislead people. This is just a story made by someone. Ben ignored his birth. After a while, when he examined the last part of the document, he found some special quotes, which are related to those letters for which he had come here. When Ben asked Patrick for those letters again, Patrick said that, I have already given them to a museum in Philadelphia. Hearing this, Ben, Abigail, and Riley left from there. When the FBI reached Patrick's house, they found Patrick tied to a chair. He said, my son just tied me up and left. He also took my car with him. After that, Sadusky immediately asked his people to track the car's number. On the other hand, Ian also realized that the clue he got in that ship was related to those letters. After a little research, he found out that there are copies of those letters in Philadelphia, and he immediately left to go there. When Riley was trying to find that code, a little kid came to him. Whether it was Riley or not, that kid solved all the codes very easily. Ian also reached there on time, and when the boy was going to find the last word, he bumped into Ian. Ian saw that this boy was solving something in the paper, so he started following the boy. But by the time the boy reached back, Riley had left from there, because Riley had found the last word himself. After that, he went straight to Ben and Abigail to tell them the coded message he had decoded from the letters. After that, Ben, Abigail, and Riley started decoding the coded message. They calculated that this clue must have been hidden in the clock outside. As soon as he realized this, all three of them left for there, so that they can find the next clue as soon as possible. On the other hand, Ian also gave money to that schoolboy and found out what he had told Riley. Soon Ian also left for Independence Hall. Ben followed the direction of the clock and noticed a special mark on one of the bricks on the wall. He removed the brick from that mark and found an old pair of glasses inside. It was a special kind of glasses. Ben immediately went to Abigail and Riley and showed them those glasses. Then Ben wore those glasses and looked at the map behind the Declaration of Independence. Then he saw a special mark, and he also had a message written in some words. But at that time, he saw that Ian was roaming there with his people. So he decided that they will be separated. Abigail and Riley had that declaration document, and they left with him soon. While escaping from Ian, they went far away, but at one point, a bus came very close to them, and they were about to collide. In this chaos, Ian snatched that document from them. Abigail and Riley immediately called Ben and told him what had happened. Ben said that everyone meet near the car soon. But the FBI had already found Ben's car, and as soon as Ben reached there, the FBI arrested him. Abigail and Riley got there a bit late. And as soon as they saw the FBI, they ran away from there. In the custody of the FBI, Ben told the entire story to Agent Sadusky, how Ian snatched that document. And yes, he kept solving riddles one after the other. When Sadusky saw the glasses found near Ben, Ben realized that they could be used in another way. Then suddenly Ian called him on the phone. The FBI said to talk to him on the speaker. Ian threatened Ben to come to a public place to meet him with the glasses. And if he told anything to the FBI, he would not leave his friends alive. Now, the FBI did not want to miss the opportunity to catch a criminal like Ian. They told Ben to go to meet him according to the plan. And then they put their men everywhere. When Ben went to meet Ian, he found out that this was all his trick. Suddenly, Ian's people came and took Ben away from there. On the way, Abigail called Ben and told him that she had made a deal with Ian so that she could get Ben out. But for this, Ben would have to take him to the treasure. When Ian and Ben met again, Ian returned the declaration document and that old pipe, the same one found in the ship. Then Ian asked Ben for the last clue. When Ben said that I don't have anything, I don't know. Then Ian showed that he had kidnapped Ben's father, Patrick. After this threat, Ben had to accept the truth. And he said that the mark he saw on the map was a symbol of a church. Soon the three of them reached the church. Ben again used those special glasses and looked at the map. This time, he found a different clue, some weird name. Everyone was confused about what it meant. Then he understood that there is a place to bury people under the church, after which Ian and all his companions immediately went down. Rick quietly told Ben that he would have to find a way to get rid of Ian, because as long as we are useful to Ian, we are alive. After that, he will kill us. Just then, Ian called and asked Ben what the next clue was. Looking for the name written on the map, he broke the wall from there, behind which a tunnel was going. Ian told Ben to go ahead. After going inside, he found a very old place which had not been opened for years. There were wooden stairs and an old lift. Patrick told everyone that these wooden stairs are dangerous. No one has come here for so many years. They will break. But Ian forced everyone to go down. When everyone was coming down from those stairs, suddenly many stairs broke. In this incident, Sean fell down and was killed. Now that whole part was breaking, and everyone else had to jump on the lift and save their lives. That lift took him to an empty room and left him. Ian asked Ben where the treasure is. Ben pretended that he didn't know anything. Ian threatened him in anger that if Ben didn't tell anything, he would leave him here. Then Patrick said that the next clue is in this red cane. He also mentioned there's a similar lantern in a church in Boston. So the treasure must be there. Still, Ian left them there, saying that when I get the treasure, I will come back for you. On this, Riley was worried and said that we are going to die here. Then Ben and Patrick told Riley and Abigail that they lied to Ian. That red cane was just a distraction. Then they found another clue that gave them a clue and took him to a new room. Looking at the place inside the room, it seemed as if someone else had come there before him. Ben got a little sad and said to his dad, Patrick, "You were always right. Maybe there is no treasure." On this, Patrick said that there is no need to be so sad. Someone has reached here before us. But Ben was still not ready to give up. He was still looking for clues in the walls. Then he saw some special locks, one of which was missing. Its shape was exactly like the pipe that he had found in that ship. Ben took out the pipe and fit it in the lock, and as soon as the lock turned, a secret room opened. And finally, there was a treasure behind it. The whole room was full of treasure. Old books, gold coins, jewelry, antique items, etc. The thing that Patrick and his father had been looking for years was here. Everyone was happy. After looking for a while, they found the stairs going out. Ben went out first and found a man there. Ben called him and called Sadusky. Sadusky came in a while and Ben told him about the treasure. And he also said that I don't want anything, but he kept some conditions. The first was that no action should be taken on Abigail. He and his family got the full credit for finding the treasure. Riley should also be given some of the treasure, and most importantly, Ben should not go to jail. Sadusky accepted all his conditions and later caught Ian too, when he was trying to enter the Boston church. In a few days, this treasure was sent to museums all over the world. One day, everyone was having fun together, but Riley was a little angry. He asked Ben, "Why did you refuse the government's money?" Ricky said, "Brother, there was so much. Let's take something." Ben laughed and did not answer from then on. Riley sat in his new car, which showed that he also got good money from the government. Anyway, after he left, we found out. So I heard Ben and Abigail got married and finally moved into their new home. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. See you in the next video.